The Royal Canadian Legion District Convention was held in Cornwall this weekend. Here's Gabe with more.
The Royal Canadian Legion District Convention is in Cornwall. I'm joined now by Dave Gordon. Thank you for joining me.
Oh, you're welcome. My pleasure.
So let's begin and talk a little bit about the Royal Canadian Legion and this convention that's happening here in Cornwall. What's going on this weekend?
Well, it's a District G convention. The district goes from the Quebec border to Napanee on the west, up to Deep River, Petawawa, up in that area, Chalk River. We get together every once a year, go through the bylaws, go through regulations, do business of the Legion, updates on what's happened in the past, recently in the past since the last convention, and all the reports from the different committees come forward as well.
So let's talk about the Legion and their activities. Most of our viewers are probably familiar with the Poppy campaign in November and October, but it's much more than that all year round. So talk to me a little bit about that.
Well, we don't, remembrance to us is 365 days of the year. It's just not November 11th or in that period, the 2-week period. So we work with our veterans, families, various legions throughout Ontario and across Canada, are very much involved in the communities with various aspects, poems, essays for the youth arts, and things like that in the community that we work with.
Excellent. Now we had a very special parade to the Cenotaph right here in Cornwall and a little remembrance ceremony. Why is it so important to remember as much in April as it is on November 11th?
As I said, we remember our veterans 365 days of the year. It's just not one day of the year or 2-week period. It's 365 days of the year. And this is always the kickoff for the convention, to have a parade and a wreath-laying service to remember and think of our fallen comrades.
Absolutely, and when we mention those fallen comrades, we literally owe them everything.
We do. We wouldn't be here today with our freedom, and you wouldn't have a job to speak freely as you can today if it wasn't for our veterans and all the work that they did and the sacrifices that they made for us. And it's still going on today.
Absolutely. Now, the area that you specialize in is, of course, with the Homeless Veterans Association. Tell me a little bit about that and what you guys do for homeless veterans.
Well, we started a program back in 2009. We had a gentleman come forward, Joe Sweeney, and he asked us to do a homeless veterans remembrance service, which we did, and David Onley, who was the Lieutenant Governor of the day, was our guest. It was the first in Canada, and we had a tremendous turnout. We had better coverage than I think the national coverage. So we found our first homeless veteran in Toronto. We had no idea how many homeless veterans there were. They have to self-identify. You just don't go up and we've been finding veterans since that time. We have had 602 self-identify in 125 communities in Ontario. 60 of those veterans that identified are female veterans. We've spent, the Legion branches and Ladies Auxiliary have provided over $1.8 million we've dispersed in the program. And we do apartment rentals. We help veterans find apartments, help them with the rentals, do the furniture. We will buy their furniture for them, provide them with any necessary equipment that they need in the apartments. We do give them an apartment kit. We also have 2 dental programs at the present time, one Algonquin College in Ottawa, one in George Brown College in Toronto. Hopefully within the next couple of weeks we'll have a program in London, and we're working on a program as well in Northern Ontario. So that's a really strong thing for us to help build confidence back in our veterans. So.
Absolutely. And on a final note, I think we can all agree that no veteran should be sleeping on the streets. So how can people at home that are watching help you guys in your mission? If
you know of a veteran who is homeless or needs assistance of any kind, not if he's homeless or otherwise, or needs assistance, contact with your local Legion branch or Veterans Affairs, and we'll do the rest.
Perfect. Thank you once again, and enjoy the rest of your stay in Cornwall.
Thank you very much. Great.